Gemini, which is the LLM by Google, and we saw multiple different capabilities of Gemini, and we also compared it to Claude, which is by Anthropic. We're going to be using all of these today as well to show you other capabilities of these models. We went ahead and saw fireflies.ai, which is an AI agent that can attend meetings on behalf of you and take notes on behalf of you. Even if you are not inside any meeting, it can attend the meeting and give you a very nice summary towards the end, stating that these are all the action items that are assigned to you. It's incredible for every working professional and entrepreneur out there. We also went ahead and saw, since a lot of us here are trying to grow our personal brands on platforms like LinkedIn, how many of you are trying to work on your personal brand? How many of you are wanting to go grow your profile on LinkedIn? Drop in me on the chat. A lot of queries also came in around LinkedIn yesterday. Lot of you are here from our LinkedIn workshop as well, to whom we have given this entire experience as a bonus. Yeah, we went ahead and saw an incredible tool that can really automate things for you on LinkedIn and help you grow and help you meet the right audience that could turn to clients, that could get you opportunities. And that tool is Supergrow. When we showed this to you, I saw the kind of excitement that all of you shared on the chat. We also went ahead and explored another vertical tool called Fort AI that converts any product, that can literally do a photo shoot for any product that you might have as of today. We went ahead and used Perplexity and saw Perplexity's ability to do deep research. And we also noticed that every other LLM that we played with also had their own deep research models, but Perplexity beat them all just because of the insane amount of sources that it ends up looking at whenever we ask it to go ahead and do deep research. And while doing research itself, we also saw that there is another incredible tool called Happenstance that helps us research about literally anybody in the world as of today and grow our network as well. Again, a very, very important tool for everybody who is trying to build their network, grow their personal brand, grow their thought leadership, and everything around it. Happenstance, people who missed out yesterday, I will share the links to all of these towards the end of the day again. So don't worry, but you can continue to take down these names in your notebooks and explore them much later. And then for all the data enthusiasts and all the working professionals and all the entrepreneurs who have to do quick data analysis, we saw that this incredible vertical tool called numerous.ai exists that sits inside of our Google Sheets and Excel sheets. And with the click of a button, it can write formulae for us, it can do calculations for us, and everything around it. And then, of course, a lot of you went ahead and mentioned Suno.ai, which is the tool that I have been using extensively to create all of the music that I have been playing inside this mastermind. So this was a rundown of the toolkit, but then we went ahead and also learned that as AI generalists, we should not just focus on AI tools. Now, all the people that attended yesterday, what did I tell you towards the end of the day? What else should AI generalists learn? Yes, Afia, very, very good. Very good. Very good. I see business skills also coming in as a response. But before we get there, it's not just about learning AI tools, but it's rather about being able to use all of these different AI tools in workflows. And today, since it's the advanced day, you're going to be seeing us following, or you're going to be seeing us teaching all of you multiple different things through AI workflows itself. And rather than focusing on the examples that we take today, I would want all of you to focus on the processes that we follow or the AI workflows that we will be following to get to the outcomes that we would want to get to. And I also showed you a primer of how these agentic AI tools are incredibly good at writing code. We are going to do that to another level today by also teaching you how you can build products. And these could be internal products or internal software that you might want to use yourself or for your companies. And in fact, How many of you would be excited to see some of the products that we have built for our internal purposes inside of Outskill? A lot of you requested for this yesterday, but drop in a heart or a thumbs up if you would want us to show you how we have been using this technology lately inside of Outskill itself. Love that. And then we, of course, took it one level above. We did an activity with an agentic browser, Comet. Lot of you are still asking for the link of Comet, and I will share that once again towards the end of today. But this is everything that we covered yesterday in like probably 10 minutes. I hope I was able to do a decent job. Drop in helpful on the chat if the entire recap was helpful for all of you. Quick, helpful on the chat as I go ahead and get started with what we have in day two. Love it. Love it. Someone's like genius. It's not me, it's the AI or the technology that has become so genius at this point of time. Love it. And right now, I'm super excited to introduce all of you to your very first mentor of day two. And before I hand it over to him, I would like to tell his story as well to all of you, because this will give you the belief that if he has been able to do a thing or two, you would also be able to do a thing or two as well. Because he, came from a small town in Orissa, did not go to any Ivy League college, studied in a regular engineering college. But while studying in a regular engineering college, like a lot of other students, he was always passionate about technology. And that led to him starting two different startups in his college itself, both of them led by technology. And eventually, after starting up himself, he decided to go ahead and work for Uber. I'm sure all of you know how big Uber is. He worked at Uber for 5 years altogether and helped Uber scale not only in India but in other countries as well. Eventually went on to join this company called Klook and scale their revenue from 5 to 25 million USD in just 1 year and got laid off. So, in spite of doing so much, had to bear the heat of the pandemic. But then again, his interest in technology, his interest in helping people learn and upskilling themselves led to him starting another company, which is what is actually helping all of us learn AI as well today. And through this entire process, a lot of you have shown him and his entire team a lot of love, lot of affection, and found a lot of value from every piece of content that he has generated all throughout, which is why today he has more than 1 million followers on Instagram, more than 500K followers on LinkedIn, 100K on YouTube. Lot of you went ahead and saw his YouTube channel as well yesterday. Most of this, I did tell you yesterday that most of this is being driven by AI. And that, yes, I see his name coming in on the chat already. How many of you have seen podcasts? Drop in me on the chat if you have seen his podcasts as well. Me in the chat if you have seen his podcast. He has done many podcasts with people like Raj Shamani, Think School. Yes, lot of you. So I'm super excited to welcome Vaibhav into the session at this point of time. Vaibhav, I hope you are able to hear me and see me. Let me go ahead and give you the co-host access as well.
What is up? Hope you guys can hear me and see me. Can you guys
Yes,
hear me and see me?
yes, we can.
Awesome. Loving the energy, guys. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. Very excited to host all of you people. There's a lot of information that is coming your way. Yes, I get to do a lot of podcasts and everything, content and everything, right? But can I tell you something? This is my favorite because in podcasts, I have to answer questions of people, which are sometimes great. In on my YouTube, on my Instagram, I could only create some form of content, but in a setup like this, I really get an opportunity to go deeper with things in AI, and that is what we will do today. And I hope you guys are excited about it as well. Uh,
I see a lot of people asking whether you are the real Vaibhav or the AI version of Vaibhav.
you would know that towards the end of today. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But okay, I hope my audio is very clear. Audio check, video check. Yes, all good. Okay, I'm gonna quickly share my screen as well, just to make sure that everything is all right. Help me out with that as well. Okay, is my video screen share clear? You guys can see my screen clearly? Yes, all good. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, guys. So, without further ado, I would like to get started and we could keep jamming on the go, right? There's a lot of interesting things that I wanted to cover, a few very interesting updates that I wanted to cover. So, I'm gonna take them all. A lot of people are like, I can't see chats. What is happening? Well, that is because funny. I don't know if you've got a time to use them, but folks, the chat is set to hosts and co-hosts only, right? So you will be, while you send the message, for example, I can see Ria's message, I can see Sarod's message, I can see Govind's message, I can see Vamshi's message, Shrikar's message. I can see all the messages of all you people, but it's just that you can't see the messages because we don't want to like get overwhelmed, and because there are so many people on the call, over 10,000 people on the call, we don't want to get overwhelmed and you'll be like, what's happening, it's so much moving, it's distracting, blah blah blah, everything around it. That's exactly why we have the messages usually turned off, set to hosts and co-hosts. Now there is a way for us to talk to each other, and that is via sign language. So how about you you drop in a heart right now if you guys can find the reactions. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now that you know the drill, this is how we're going to communicate most of the times. And this is perfect for me because as I ask you questions, as I tell you something, as I see the reactions, I know you guys are with me. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with the day two of the AI Mastermind. I hope you guys had a great time yesterday. If you guys had a good time, drop in a heart. I'm curious to know how your time yesterday was. How was your yesterday? Yes, mind blowing, brilliant. I love it. Looks like all of you guys had a great time. Today, we're going to take it to the next level because you know what? What happened yesterday, if I'm not wrong, is that you guys spent a lot of time exploring a lot of tools and a few AI workflows as well. What we're going to do today is quite interesting because yesterday, while we worked on apps, used apps, today we're going to build our own micro apps. That is how we take it to the next level. So let's create some AI bots using AI so that it can solve our problems, right? So the tool that I'm going to use for this is not like a fancy tool that you might not have heard of. The tool that I'm going to use today is ChatGPT. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows what ChatGPT is and everybody has access to ChatGPT as well. Now, inside of ChatGPT, what a lot of people don't realize is there are a lot of hidden features that people aren't even aware of that they exist. And that's what we're going to explore today. One of these hidden features is called as GPTs. When you open the sidebar, right, you will be able to see this setting called as GPTs. Or you can go to chatgpt.com/GPTs. When you go there, even if you have the free account, you will be dropped into the space called as a GPTs marketplace. What are GPTs? GPTs are simple apps that are created on top of ChatGPT. You see, a lot of developers or a lot of people like you and me have the ability to build apps on top of ChatGPT, use the power of ChatGPT and build something on top. And that is what GPTs are. And you know what? There are literally hundreds of thousands of these. If I keep scrolling, right, they'll be keep going. You the writing, there's productivity, there's research, education, lifestyle, so on and on and on. And of course, there are topics as well. So there are literally hundreds of thousands of GPT which are created just like people by just like people like you and me. Now, this is how I end up using these GPTs. Okay, every time I want to solve a problem and I'm too lazy to write a prompt, then I would just come to the search GPT box and look for that use case. Let's say, hypothetically, I'm looking to write an email and I'm too lazy to write a prompt for that email. So I'm pretty sure someone in the world somewhere must have created an app on top of ChatGPT which can write great emails. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to just search for email. Okay, let us see if there are any here. Look at that. ChatGPT is currently searching for it. And here it comes, a bunch of tools that can write emails. I usually go with the top one because it says 800,000 people have used it, 8 lakh people have used it. That's what 800k plus is. And I click on it, you can see this. Actually 800k plus people have used it. The copy is right here, the ratings, writing, everything is looking good. So all I could do is click on start chat to get started. Okay. And this is how the UI of the email and the mail writer tool looks like. There's a nice little logo. There is a name of the tool. There's a creator called as admitstudio.com, and there's a nice little description. And on the top, you can see it's a mail and an email writer tool. Perfect. So let us get it to write an email for us. Now here's an interesting way for me to test this tool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask it to write me an email without explicitly mentioning to write an email. So I'm going to ask it to write an email, but I will not mention clearly that I want an email. And let's see if it is able to get it right. I want a leave tomorrow and day after tomorrow because I spent the last 2 days learning generative AI from Outskill and some most incredible mentors. So you see, I've learned so many new things about AI. I thought if I could get a couple of days off, I could use this time to kind of recalibrate everything that I've learned and kind of translate them into workflows so that when I come back to work, I could be a 10 times better employee. So I would really appreciate if I could get the next couple of days off. And also, if possible, don't deduct from my leave balance because you know what? I spent my last couple of days just learning, right? So it would be great if you deduct any leave balance as well. So you see, that is the prompt that I wrote here. Of course, if you guys are wondering which tool did I use, like how did I just speak and got filled up? The reason is I'm using Whisperflow, which is a voice to text, right? And I ended up saying a bunch of things, but nowhere did I mention write an email. I just mentioned my whole storyline, but I didn't say write an email. But because it's an email and a mail writer tool, the tool should be smart enough to understand I'm asking for an email. And look at this. It just came up with a very cool email. So, guys, this is what GPTs are all about, right? This is what GPTs are all about. So, it works. Now, here is where this is not what I wanted to teach you. Of course, you can learn this at any point of time. And it also got a few dates wrong on that, but that's okay. It doesn't have access to the internet. That's absolutely fine. But the real power of doing anything with GPTs here is the fact that you can build your own GPT or you can build your own app. And the best part about that as well is that you don't need to know how to write a single line of code for this, right? So, how do you go about building your own GPT? Well, there's a big create button that you see here. Let me tell you something. If you don't have a paid account of ChatGPT, that is, if you don't have ChatGPT Go or Pro or anything like that, you will not be able to see this create button. So you will only be able to see this create button if you're on the paid account. But don't worry about the fact if you don't have a paid account. I'm going to teach you a free way as well. I will teach you a free way of doing this. You don't have to worry. But first, learn the process using the paid tool. And then I'm going to teach a free tool where you can do all of this for free as well. Are we clear? Are we clear? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are clear and we are on the same page. Yes? Awesome. Now, how do you go about creating it? Now, very simple. I'm going to click on this nice little create button and we land here, right? Nothing, no rocket science here whatsoever, right? We just simply click on the create button and we land right here. Now, what is important from this point of time is for you to learn the new UI of this. What is the new UI? The one on the left side is the create wizard, where you can create things. The one on the right is where you can see what is being created. So the way you build an app inside of a GPT or ChatGPT's GPT is that you just talk to AI here, and AI will take care of building for you on the right, and you can see that live, right? So let me show you how I go about it. Now, before that, right, I want to explore an example. What is an example that I can build here? So the idea that I have at this point of time is that I want to build an app, let's say, which can generate tweets for me. I will give a topic, and this app should be, we should be able to build an app which can give us one tweet which we can post on Twitter or X to go viral. That is what I want. And how do I get started? Simply I come here and I type it or I speak it out because I use Whisperflow. Now, I can say something like this. I want you to make a Twitter post generator or X post generator. So every time I give you a topic, your job is to come up with one tweet that will absolutely go viral on X when I post it. You see, you are an expert Twitter tweet post writer or a Twitter copywriter or a Twitter creator. You have a knack for writing viral tweets on any topic because you have written so many tweets in your life that you exactly know how to write tweets that go viral. You're so good that if you write 10 tweets, 9 out of 10 of them go viral. So I want you to apply the same learnings that you've had of going viral so that every time I give you a topic, you should be able to generate one tweet which is so damn good that it has a 90% accuracy rate of going viral. So this is the prompt that I give right here. And you can see this. I have typed it out. I mean, not really, I didn't really type it out. I just spoke it and it got typed in. And I can click the send. That's it. Let us see what it does. And you see this right as I send the prompt, it says updating GPT and it's suggesting a name of viral post machine. I write it. I say sounds good. It's just recommending me a name of viral post machine. Now it's generating a profile picture. Now, this is very, very interesting, right? So, what is happening is this tool is working in an agentic way. First, as I told it what I wanted to do, it came up with a name already. Now it's trying to generate a profile picture as well, which is taking longer than it should. But let's see. If it doesn't work, it should not matter. We will be able to move on as well. Sometimes because a lot of these tools keeps getting updated, they are slightly buggy, but that should not be a problem for us. So let's give it some time. It says generating profile picture. It's taking quite long actually. It should not take this long. But let us see what we end up with. Okay. Looks like we have fallen into a bug, but that's okay. I'm just send. Oh, looks like it was a timeout while generating the profile picture. Would you like me to try it again? I say it's okay, not important, right? The profile picture is not so important. What it would have done is it would have created a profile picture here, but I don't care. The profile picture is not so important. And look at this, it says perfect, your viral post machine is ready to test. Try it out on the preview on the right, and whatever I ask it will give me. So essentially what it did is, as I entered this prompt, right, I want to make a Twitter post generator. I'll give you a topic, you should be able to generate a tweet from it. It came up with a name. You can see this viral post machine. It created a subtopic. It basically built the whole app. It was not able to generate a profile picture, which is absolutely fine. We'll get to it very, very soon, right? And it says go for it, give it a shot. So let's give it a shot. See, let's see how well does it work. I'm going to give it topic. Let's say AI will take away many jobs. Let's see what it comes up with. Look at that, guys. I just asked, give a topic. AI will take away many jobs, and it says AI won't take your job. Someone using AI will. That's the difference. Okay, let's say one more. Everyone's scared of AI will replace them. Few realize it's already replacing the lazy version of them. Good one. One more. I just one more, and AI is coming up with such great tweets. AI isn't coming for your job, it's coming for your excuses. Guys, isn't this brutal? Okay, let's say one more. I really like this, by the way. I really like this tweet. AI won't wipe out our jobs overnight. It will quietly make the best people 10 times faster and everyone else slowly irrelevant. These are very, very good tweets, actually. I think they are very, very well crafted. And I like the fact that how it's slightly funny as well. AI won't destroy jobs. It will expose who was actually adding value and who was just attending meetings. Oh my God. Today, AI is on a very, very brutal mood. Right? It's roasting human beings. That's how it looks like. But this is crazy. Right? All I have to do is one more, one more, one more. It's coming up with great tweets. And that is where I realize I'm too lazy. Right? So I have to say one more every single time for it to come up with new tweets. So how about we make some changes? One is that I like it how it is slightly edgy, how it is, sarcastic. I like that more and I want that to be more, right? So I want more of that from AI. And I also want not one or two tweets, I want 10 tweets at once. So let us make those updates. Now that I've tried these apps, right? How do I make changes to this? So as I tried it, I have some feedback. Like I told, I want it to be more sarcastic, more brutal, but more relatable as well. Right. And also, I want not one tweet at once. I probably want tweets at once. So what do? I come here and I give out a prompt. Hey, the tweets are great. Thank you so much for such a good work. But you know what? I want it. I will have some feedback for you. You see, I want the tweets to be sarcastic, brutal, and of course, nice and funny. You see, my audiences are majorly from India and the subcontinent. So how about you come up with tweets which are relatable to my audience? So come up with Bollywood references, references that Indians would relate to quite a lot. And like I said, make sure the tweets are brutal, sarcastic, funny, so that every time someone reads the tweets, they should get a smile on their face. Of course, don't cross a line, don't be rude, don't be politically wrong or anything like that. All right. So make sure you don't cross a line. And also, I see that you're coming up with one tweet at once. I wanted to come up with 10 different tweets at once. So there you go, guys. I've given it a bunch of feedback. So what did I do? I built an app. I tried it. I had some feedback. So I just shared it with the Chat GPT builder again. And you see this, it has started to update the GPT again. And it says, awesome. Your post mission is now has a full on Desi twist. Guys, I know not everybody is from India here, but I thought it would be like I thought to use it as an example. I know this time zone, most of the people who attend are from India and the subcontinent. So even if you're not from India, don't take it in a wrong way. I just wanted to show this as an example. Right now that we have done it, let's give it a shot. Topic: AI will take away many jobs, and let us see what comes up with this time. Look at this. When HR says we are family, they didn't mention it was joint family where AI is the new favorite child. Guys, look at this Indian references again because we said Indian reference. Everyone's scared AI will take the job. Bro, AI won't take the job. Your boss who bought ChatGPT Plus will. AI is coming for jobs. Meanwhile, I can't even come to home on time. Desi parents, beta, become an engineer, job pakka hai. AI, hold my algorithm. Guys, you see how the tweets have suddenly changed? There are Indian words like beta, job pakka hai, and things like that. Only reason is because we asked it to make it more personalized. Look at this. AI is taking jobs, inflation is rising, rent is insane. Still my relatives, when are you getting married? Auntie, please, first let me get employed. Again, because Indian relatives are always pushing you to get married, and you can see all of being captured in these tweets because we asked it to be sarcastic, funny, brutal, and also we said we want some desi twist on it, and you can see that happening. How crazy is this? Guys, if you think this is crazy, drop a comment crazy in the chat if you like what you're seeing. Right? In some time, in just some time, we were able to build such an incredible app. Now, we take it to the next level. Now, a lot of people are dropping a lot of questions. Here's I will not be able to take questions right now because it's not possible, obviously, but I will make sure every single question of yours is answered. I promise that. Okay. I'll give you a solution to make sure every single question of yours is answered. So don't worry about it. Perfect. Now that we have built this app and I kind of like it, I wanted to do a little more work. You see, why I asked this app saying please come up with 10 different tweets, I was too lazy to read 4 or tweets and give up. Why? Because that is how we are. It's information overload. 10 tweets is a lot, while I still want options, but I don't get to use them. So, what if I get AI to do a little more work? What do I mean by that? I will ask AI right now not only to come with 10 tweets, but rate its own work from a scale of 1 to 10 and also give me a reason on why it is going viral or why it at least thinks it will go viral. So that's a tweet I'm going to give right now. Hey, I see you have come up with 10 different posts, which is great. But I want you to be double sure before you come up with tweets. So every time you come up with a tweet, I want you to self critique your work and, rate each and every tweet from a scale of 1 to 10 on the potential of it to go viral. Not just that, I also want you to give me a one line reason on why you think this tweet will go viral. Now, give me these 10 tweets in a table where there's a tweet, the virality score, and the reason on why it will go viral. And you know what? Please order the tweets in the way the one that has highest potential of going viral is on the top. This is the change that I want you to make. So, guys, what did I ask AI to do? I basically said, come up with 10 tweets, rate each one of the tweets that you are coming up with from a scale of 1 to 10, order them in a way all the tweets are ordered in a way that the most viral tweets are set in the top, and also give a reason on why you think each of this will go viral. I want you to give me a reason as well. That's what I told AI here. Now you can see it thought for a few seconds, looks like, and it's updating the GPT. And there you go. It says it is done with it. Let's try it out right now. It should give me the output in a table this time. AI will take away many jobs. I'm asking the same question because I want to see the difference of output as well. Okay, it has come with 10 different tweets. And look at this, guys. After it came up with 10 different tweets, it is self critiquing itself and it's giving a score from a scale of 1 to 10, which is a virality score, and also is giving a reason. How insane is this? This tool that we just built is not only coming up with tweets on any topic that we give, but it's actually coming up with 10 different tweets. Once it comes up with 10 different tweets here, it is rating its own work from a scale of 1 to 10 and also giving a reason on why it will go viral. Look at this. AI will take away jobs, but until it learns how to handle Indian clients saying A class change, we are safe. Insane. Do you guys like what you're seeing? Insane. Drop a comment insane in the chat if you guys like what you're seeing. All right. Now, this is the app. Now, I can continue to make it better, right? I can keep playing with it, continue to make it better, but that will take us forever. But I'm going to draw a line right now and I'm going to be okay. We have got to this point where the app is pretty good for me. All I have to do is click on this create button right now because we built this app, but we didn't save it. It gives me three options only me, anyone with the link, and the GPT store. I can, in this case, because I don't need to share it with anyone, I can just save it to only me. Click on the save button. And of course, if I select anyone with the link, I can share this link of this app with any of you or my friends or anything, and it would work as well. And the best part is when I save it to anyone with the link and share it with a friend who doesn't even have a paid account, they could still use it as well. So that's a good thing, right? Here it comes, guys, the viral post machine right here. Let's give it one more topic. Let's say Elon Musk is an alien. Let us see what it comes up with. That is a topic that I said. And here comes 10 different tweets. And the virality table. Bro built rockets, cars, AI tunnels, and still tweets like a Delhi boy after breakup. 100% alien confirmed. That's the first tweet. And that's actually quite relatable, actually. Okay, you can see it is working perfectly fine. And look, guys, we just ended up building such a cool app. We just ended up building the viral post machine which generate tweets for us on any topic that we give and critiques itself and gives a reasoning as well. Very, very cool. Now, as we are doing this, right, I wanted to give you a heads up today. And the heads up is as I'm teaching you all these things, The way I want you to look at these things or think about all these things is that I didn't just teach you how to create a Twitter generator. If that is your takeaway, I'm very scared of you because that is not the thing. And I want you to think harder. What I just taught you is a process to solve a problem for yourself. Anything that you do it in a repeated manner, I want you to convert them into apps like this. So every time I teach you anything today, the way I want you to think, the examples that I'm going to teach you are going to be very broad so that everybody can understand and relate to it. A viral tweet generator is something everybody will relate to because everybody knows what a Twitter is and everybody knows what a viral post on Twitter is. So everybody can relate to it. So that is why I teach you broad, I teach you examples which are very broad. But that doesn't mean that you have to use it in the same way. Think of the kind of problems that you would want to solve and the kind of apps that you can build using this process and apply that mind. And when you get these ideas, make a note on your notebook right away so that you don't forget them. As I'm teaching you, every time if you think of an idea back of your head, don't just think and move on. Make a note of it so that after the session is over, you can try them on. And that is how you can get the true value of this. This is what an AI generalist. An AI generalist is a problem solver using AI. And I've just taught you a way on how you could go about solving a few problems of yours using AI. Guys, are we do we have the right mindset right now with this? Are you guys thinking in the lines that I want you to think? Drop in a heart if you're thinking in the lines that I want you to think. This is not a way for you to build a post generator only, but this is a way for you to solve problems using AI. And that is exactly why I'm teaching you what I'm teaching. And I want you to have the right mindset in this. Yes, don't be that a book kid who would open a book and try to remember everything. Ratta nahi marna hai idhar. Here we are not trying to buy hard things, we are trying to solve problems. Have the right mindset. All right, awesome, perfect. Now, with that being said, we have learned how to build this app and this is very very cool. But you know what, I don't want you guys just to know about this. I want you guys to be able to build even more complex apps, even more complex apps using the same stuff. So, how do you go about it? How can you build even more complex apps using the same stuff? Well, for you to be able to build even more complicated GPTs, you need to know how things work in the backend. Now, this is a very growth hacking mindset. For you to be able to leverage the true potential of anything, you need to know how things work. Now, people keep saying, hey, if you want to go viral on LinkedIn, go viral on Twitter, go viral on Instagram, you need to know how the algorithm works. They also say, if you think about it, hey, if you want to get that, hike or a big bonus, you need to know what your company is expecting of you. What kind of delivery is the company expecting of you? What does this mean? All these things relate to one thing. For you to get the maximum value out of anything, you need to know how things work. And that is what I want to teach you today. Of course, right? We were able to chat in this case with the custom GPT builder. We just said a bunch of things, and AI was smart enough to build this incredible app for us. But for us to take it to the next level, we need to know how it worked in the backend. What happened when we started to talk to this damn tool? How did it ended up building such an incredible app for us? Well, for that, you have to go to the configure button on the backend. Now, when I click on configure, right, this is the backend of the tool. And I'm going to show you what it is. You can see viral post machine. This is the name. Let's say I want to change this to viral X post machine. And I just changed that, and here it comes. You can see the description here. Creates 10 desi style viral tweets, then rates and experiment sorted table. Let's say I want to add buy out skill. I can. That's it. Simple. Now, there's also a profile picture here. You realize that we could not generate a profile picture, right? We could not make it happen. If you want to upload your own picture, you can click on upload photo and upload, or you use DALI here as well, and it will generate a new profile picture. I don't know, maybe DALI is down. That's possibility. But you can always upload a photo that you like as well, right inside of it to make it into a profile picture. Now, all these are not so important. The name description is all very, surface level stuff. What is most important is instructions. What is instructions, guys? Instructions is the heart and soul of this app. Let me expand this. You see this? This is the prompt because of which every time we give a topic, AI was able to come up with posts using this. When we give a prompt like this, how was AI able to come up with all the tweets and all? Because AI ended up writing this prompt. And if you look at this, it says you're an Indian viral tweet creator and expert Twitter copywriter. Your humor is sharp, observational, prepped with clever cricket, Hollywood, desi pop culture references. Where did all these things come from? Your tweet should have a witty desi flavor, the kind of readers make smirk, laugh, or say so true. The balance of sarcasm and humor, expertly, never offensive, never crossing ethical or political lines. Guys, don't you remember? I have given all this as feedback to this tool. So, what happened here? Well, everything that we just told here, or everything that we just spoke here, AI or ChatGPT in this case was able to convert that into this prompt. Because ChatGPT was able to convert everything that we just spoke into this prompt, this is the reason why the prompt generator is working the way it is. Are you guys clear? What did this tool do? When we spoke to it, it was able to convert that to a prompt itself and it updated the backend. So, this is how the tool is working. Every time we ask a question, this tool is using this prompt in the backend to generate the output. Right now, for you to be able to build advanced apps, I want to build advanced apps. How do I go about it? Well, if you want to build advanced apps, you need to write your prompt. Because as I read this prompt, I'm like, I could write a 10 times better prompt than this. If I can write a 10 times better prompt, I will be able to build a much more advanced GPT. Agreed? If I can write a better prompt, I can build a much more advanced GPT. And that is what we're going to do right now. Okay. Now, before I build an advanced GPT, let me show you how an advanced GPT looks like. Okay. This is my post writer. Okay. This is a GPT that I have created, guys. This is a post writer, which is called the LinkedIn post writer. And you know what? 100% of the content on my LinkedIn is written using this post writer. And you know what? I'm not sure if you know this or not. I have about 500,000 followers on my LinkedIn. Okay. You can see this, of course, this number takes some time to get updated, but you can see I have over 500,000 followers on my LinkedIn right now. Actually, it is about 500. I don't remember the exact number, but this number is slightly outdated. But that's how the UI works, so can't do much. But what if I tell you that every single piece of content, look at this piece of content, right? This is a small one, 55,000 views. This is one more. You can see this 30,000 views, 43,000 views, 220,000 views. What if I tell you every single piece of this content is completely done using AI? All of this 59,000 views, 80,000 views, 57,000 views, 71,000 views. Look at this 154,000 views. Guys, all of this is written completely using AI. And the tool that I've used to write this content for me is this one, the post writer WebHub 60 style. The power of this post writer that I've created is that it doesn't only write viral LinkedIn content on any topic that I give, but it has the ability to come up with LinkedIn which can go viral, but in my own style. It replicates my style of writing. It is so bloody good that even if you ask me if a post is written by me or by AI, I can't tell. It is that good. So it is impossible for others to tell if it is written by AI or not, because even I can't tell. It writes exactly like me. And that is the power of this LinkedIn post writer. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you people, I mean, let me know if you agree with me that a lot of times you see a lot of content on LinkedIn which is written by AI, and when you read it, you know it's AI. Give me a thumbs up if that's true. You read a content and you know that it is written by AI. It stinks AI. The reason why it stinks AI is purely because people don't know how to use AI to write LinkedIn content. If you want to write LinkedIn content, this is how you should go about approaching. Where you build a tool like this, which can not only write LinkedIn content, but can write LinkedIn content exactly like you, with your own flavor, with your own style. Now, how does this tool write LinkedIn content in my own style? Let me show you the back of this tool. If I go to edit GPT, because I own this tool, I can edit it out. If I go to configure, and if I go to instructions, you know the prompt is the most important thing, like I told you, which is the instructions. If I open this, guys, look at this prompt. This is a prompt not written by ChatGPT, but it is written by me. It has something called as role, it has something called as objective, it has something called as context, it has this fancy hashtags and these stars. And on top of that, look at how long this prompt is. I'm scrolling and keeps going on and on and on. This is the reason why AI is able to generate such incredible posts for me on my LinkedIn. Do you guys want to learn how to build advanced GPTs by writing your own prompts like this? Yes, yes. Drop in a yes in the chat if you guys want to learn how to write an advanced prompt like this so that you can build an advanced GPT as well. Yes, incredible. Let us do that right now. Okay, let us do that right now. Awesome. So, the first thing that I want you guys to know about it, when it goes about writing or building advanced GPTs, is that you need to learn a new prompting structure. And I want you guys to take a screenshot of this. It's called as Markdown prompting. I want you guys to learn a new prompting structure, and that is called Markdown prompting. And if you learn how to write this new prompting structure, you will learn how to build advanced GPTs. And it's not rocket science. Let me teach you how to go about writing this prompt. And once you learn from me, you'll be like, that's it, Vaibhav. This was very simple, because it is. So focus for the next 15 minutes. Let me teach you how to go about writing this prompt. Guys, feel free to take a screenshot of this because I think this is very, very important. Awesome. So, guys, the special prompting structure, Markdown prompting, looks something like this. It has something called as role, objective, context, instructions, and notes. And let me explain you each one of them. Now, yesterday, how many of you guys remember the magic prompt formula? Drop me a thumbs up. If you guys remember the magic prompt formula, drop me a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. Looks like a lot of you people remember. Now, it's an extension of the magic formula, but with a few variants. But let me remind you everything, even for people who did not attend it yesterday, or for people who attended it yesterday, it will act like a good refresher. The role is where you explain AI what you want it to do for you. For example, let's say I'm trying to build an AI agent or an AI tool whose job is to reply to the customer success emails. I want to build a customer success executive AI tool. How do I go about it? In role, I explain you are an expert customer success executive with more than 15 years of experience of solving customer related issues. That is the role. What do I say? I tell AI that you are an expert at customer success executive. The moment I say that, AI starts looking up for what a very good customer success executive does, someone who is very experienced and wears that hat. It doesn't act like a general AI, it acts like an expert customer success AI because it knows how a customer success AI, how a customer success person is, and it tries to emulate that person in form of role. That is role. Very simple. Next comes objective. Objective is where you clarify AI what exactly you want it to do. In objective, in this case, right, I would mention something like this. Your job is to reply to emails of people who have problems. You are the customer success executive head of Outskill. Every single month, millions of learners join our programs, and every time they have a doubt or every time they're stuck somewhere, they write an email to hi@outskill.com. Your job is to understand the problems, understand the questions that people send on the email, find the solution for this, and solve their problems by replying to those emails. That is your objective. So you basically say, or objective or task is basically you explaining what you want AI to exactly do. Because customer success executive could be someone who's taking phone calls, who's managing teams. It could be anything. So you clarify the objective here. Now that is role, that is objective. Next comes context. Context is one of the most important things in a prompt. Context is what tells AI what it is doing and why it is important. Even we humans are able to do our jobs better if we know why, what is the significance of the job that we are doing, right? And that is where context comes into the picture. In this place, I explain AI why what it is doing is very important. For example, in this case of customer success executive, right? I would give context to AI saying, please take your role very seriously because if you do your job well, the company will grow faster. Let me explain you. You see, like I said, a lot of people from all over 150 plus countries, from 150 plus countries, join Outskill programs every single month. And every time they have a problem or a doubt, they write us an email, right? At hi@outskill.com. If you respond to those emails in the fastest time possible with highest empathy, solving their problems, these learners will have a great experience, join our programs, attend the mastermind, and I'm sure most of them will really like it. As a result, they would go ahead and talk about it to their friends. And when they go ahead and talk about it to their friends, they would only do that if they had a great experience. More people would join the programs. And when more people will join the programs, Outskill as a business will grow. So your job has direct correlation to the growth of the company. So make sure you do your job with highest integrity and highest empathy towards our learners. That is the context. Guys, don't you think if any human has this context of why what they're doing is important, they will be able to do their job much better? Yes, that is exactly what we are doing here. In context, we are telling AI why it is doing what it is doing and how is it important. That is what we are doing. That is what we are telling AI here. And next comes instructions. What is instructions? Well, instructions is simple, right? In instructions, we basically tell AI, hey, step one, open your email. Step two, read the email. Step three, understand the email. Step four, find the response to it. Step five, reply to that email. Everything that you want your AI to do step by step, you mention that in the instructions. And finally, there is something called as notes. What is notes? Notes is basically like a quick summary, right? If you wanted to tell AI something in these places, but you were not able to find the right place, you didn't know if you want to put it in role, objective, context, instructions, but you want to still say that. So you add them that to the notes. Any additional things that you want to mention, any special instructions that you want to mention, you put that in notes. And that is what my friends is role, objective, context, instructions, and notes. Are we clear? Are we clear? Clear in the chat, guys. If we are clear about clear in the chat and thumbs ups in the reactions. Perfect. Perfect. Now, A lot of people are like clear, clear, super clear, perfect. Love it. Now, what the hell are these hashtags and stars? You understood role, objective, context, instructions, and it's great. But what the hell are these hashtags and stars? Well, that is the sign language that we are using to communicate with AI. What do I mean by that? I have a question, guys. As you landed on this slide, what is the first thing that you noticed on this? If I have to make a guess, then you probably read special prompting structure custom GPTs first or markdown prompting as a word first. If I have to guess, these are either this or this is the first thing that your eyes focused on. The reason why your eyes automatically focused on these two things is because they are written like an headline. And we humans cognitively have been trained to say that, hey, if something is important, put it in large font. If something is important, bold it. You remember back in the day in exams, if you thought it's an important word, you used to underline it. Yes, why were we doing that? So that we are telling the teacher who is correcting your answer sheets that you know the most important things. So you write those fancy words and you used to underline them because you wanted your teachers to focus on those words and give you a lot of point or a lot of score. How do we do the same thing to AI? How do we tell AI in such a large prompt that we have written if there is something that is very important and if we want AI to focus or stress on that? Well, the way we do that is by using this sign language. Let me show you an example. Okay. Let's say I want to AI to focus on this word viral LinkedIn post. Because I wanted AI to focus on the word viral LinkedIn post, I put it between two stars. When I put a word between two asterisks or two stars, AI imagines this word to be in bold. While it is not bold for us, we can't see that it is bolded, but AI is going to imagine that the word is in bold. So every time you put a word between two stars, AI imagines that word to be bolded. Clear? That is why we use stars. Now you'll be like, Webhav, I understood when I put a word between two stars, it is like bold. AI imagines that to be in bold. Great. What the hell are these hashtags now? Well, when you use a hashtag, AI, anything that you write next to it, AI imagines that to be a headline. It's the biggest possible font size that you can write in. And when you put one hashtag, AI imagines that to be headline one, the biggest font possible. When you put two hashtags, AI imagines that to be headline two, or still a headline, but smaller than headline one, slightly smaller font than one hashtag. So when you put a hashtag and write anything next to it, AI imagines to be headlines. Let me show you this screenshot. This should make it clear. One hashtag, look at the size of the font. AI imagines that text to be. So it automatically gives you the highest importance to something which is written after single hash. When you put two hashtags, which is a headline two, it is a headline, but it is smaller than headline one. When you put three hashtags and write something, AI imagines that to be headline three, which is still a headline, but smaller than headline one and headline two. So automatically, AI will give the highest importance to headline one, then headline two, then headline three. And of course, anytime you put a word in two stars, AI imagines that to be in bold. So, folks, congratulations. You just learned sign language to talk to AI. And this is how you go about markdown prompting. So, don't only focus on role, objective, context, instructions, and notes, but you actually also focus on using the right markdown formats. When you put a word between two stars, it is bolded. When you put a single hashtags, AI imagines that to be headline one, two hashtags, headline two, three hashtags, headline three. Of course, my team has shared this screenshot in the chat as well so that you have this handy. So, folks, did I do a decent job explaining you guys markdown prompting? Did I do a decent job explaining you guys markdown prompting? Were you able to understand everything about it? Role, objective, context, instructions, notes, everything? Yes. Clear? Love it? Fab? Okay. Perfect. 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 Now, for a few people who are still like, Webhub, can you please repeat what it is and everything around it? Don't worry. What we're going to do is we're going to write a prompt ourselves with an example so that you will be able to understand this better. Right now, we just learned the format, right? Now, let's put this into action so that you can learn how this actually works and how we go about writing such prompts. Yes, for that, we have to build an app. As an example, what app do we build? What if we build an app like this? What if I teach you how you can build your own LinkedIn post writer which can write in your own style? Should I teach you how to build this app? If you would want that, drop in a heart. Should I go about teaching you how to build your own LinkedIn post generator so that every time you give a topic, it can write a viral LinkedIn content, but replicating your own style of writing? It will replicate your style of writing. It will replicate the kind of words that I use, the center formations that you use, and everything and anything that you do, so that people can't even tell if it is written by you or by AI. And you know what? This is actually a perfect example to learn how to build an advanced GPT, because this is actually not a basic advanced GPT, but this is actually on an intermediate level of building an advanced GPT. If you're able to understand how to build an app like this, I believe you can pretty much build anything out there. And that is why, though it is little difficult for you guys to understand this example because it has multiple steps to it, I still want to teach you a slightly difficult variation, which is the post writer, because I believe if you give your 100% attention, you will learn so many things in this process in the next 30 minutes that it will change the way you not only build how you build GPTs or how you build apps, but it will change the way you solve problems using AI. That is the real power of this. Okay, I hope you guys are excited, and let us go about building an app which is a LinkedIn post writer in Webhub Sisinti style. Or this is in my style, and you will be able to follow the same process to build your own GPT, build your own app which can write LinkedIn content in your own style, or emails in your own style, or anything for that matter. Right? Now, for us to do this, like I told you, we are right now building advanced GPTs, right? So we are not going to rely on ChatGPT or the create section of it to create this. What we're going to do is we're going to write our own prompt, something like this in the markdown prompting style. Now, for us to be able to write our own prompt, for us, listen to me, guys. For us to be able to write our own prompt, we need to write this prompt in markdown prompting, like I told you. If you guys are thinking, oh my God, Webhub is going to teach me how to write such a long prompt. If that is what you think I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to manually write each of the prompt here, well, can I be frank with you? That is not going to be the case. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get AI to write the whole prompt for me. Yes, we are not going to write this prompt ourselves. If you think I'm going to write such a long prompt all by myself, and that's going to take 1 hour, absolutely not. I'm going to get AI to write a prompt. But didn't I just tell you ChatGPT cannot write such a good prompt? I can write a better prompt. I just showed off that I'm going to learn markdown prompting, and then I'm going to write all this prompt myself because I can write it better. Now I'm telling you that I'm going to get ChatGPT to write the prompt. What the hell is happening? Well, that is the difference. Guys, it's not about the tool that you use, it's about how you use the tool that you have. It was the same paintbrush every painter in the world had. Then why is Picasso considered the greatest painter in the world while he had the same paintbrush and the same paint? It is because what he managed to do with the paintbrush and the paint. Not that he had a paintbrush and the paint. Everybody has the tool which is ChatGPT. Yes? It's not about who is able to use the tool. It's about who is able to use this tool the best way. That is the person who's going to win. And that is what I'm going to teach you. I told you what we're going to learn is not just about building a GPT. You're going to learn the art of solving problems with AI today. And we're going to solve a problem by writing this advanced prompt. Okay, you guys ready? I've said you a lot. I hope you guys are hyped up. But this is a very, like I said, intermediate level of teaching. So I'm going to go slow. I'm going to try to give you context. But can I tell you this? This can change your life if you learn how to do this right. Okay. What we're going to learn at this point of time is that we're going to learn how to solve problems using AI. So, what is the problem that we have right now? The problem that we have right now is that we need to write a prompt, okay, for our custom GPT like this, which is in Markdown prompting, which can write LinkedIn content for us, and it needs to write LinkedIn content in our own style. Now, the first problem is if AI has to write LinkedIn content in my own style, AI needs to know how I write. Does AI know how I write? Well, it doesn't. If because it doesn't, the first thing that comes to my mind is what if I tell AI how I write? Then it will know. Yes. But when I think about trying to tell AI how I write, try explaining anyone how you write. It's very, very hard because you can only come up with abstract things like I write in simple English. I use simple words or I use Shakespeare, whatever. You can come up with very abstract terms like this, which is never enough for anyone to know your style. But how do we tell AI how we write? Well, the easiest way for us to tell AI how we write is by making AI think and understand how we write. What if I give AI a bunch of content that I've written in the past? And I ask AI, listen, you're so smart, right? You tell me how I write. This is the content that I've written in the past. You tell me how I write. Rather than me telling AI how I write, first step is I want AI to tell me how I write. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? That is what we're going to do. Before even we write the prompt for the GPT, we need to know how we write. And because none of us, actually most of us, at least I am not smart enough to explain AI how I write, I'm going to get AI to tell me how I write. But that, the step one is I'm going to write a prompt something like this. You are an expert when it comes to understanding how people write their content. You're this expert content researcher who has done a PhD in finding patterns on how people write their content. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 10 of my LinkedIn posts that I have personally written in the past. All of these LinkedIn posts are crafted personally by me. And you know what? All these 10 posts that I'm sharing with you have gone viral, getting more than 500,000 views on LinkedIn. What I want you to do is use your PhD level knowledge to go through all the LinkedIn posts that I'm going to share with you that I have personally written and understand how I write and why my LinkedIn content goes viral. I want you to look how I write my hook, how I write my body, how I write my call to action, the kind of words that I use, the kind of, emojis that I use, the way I frame my sentences. I want you to tell me hidden things, hidden patterns in my content, and eventually give me an extensive PhD level forensic DNA report of my content style. It should be so deep that it should blow my mind, and you should be able to tell me a lot of things about my own writing which even I don't know about, which I passively by default I end up writing. And also give me an absolute breakdown on why you think these 10 posts have also gone viral. So give me this forensic DNA level report. All I will do is I will share 10 of my viral LinkedIn posts. Let me know what you understood from everything that I just said. So I end the prompt. You can see I wrote a full Mahabharat here. And once I did that, I said, give me a forensic DNA level report. And I ended saying that, let me know what you understood from everything that I just said. I didn't just say, do this job for me. I said, tell me what you understood. And this is a great way for me to understand if AI understood everything that I just said. Look at this. You're going to share 10 of your own viral LinkedIn posts that you've personally written. Each got more than 5,000 views. You want me to analyze that content word by word, decode your writing DNA, uncover hidden traits, explain why content goes viral, deliver a forensic PhD level report. I will do that by doing all of this. And I will get started once you paste 10 of your LinkedIn posts here. Perfect. It understood everything that we want. And what is it saying? It is like to share the 10 posts here. Okay. Let me share the 10 posts that I have written in the past. I've already copied this. I'm going to be like, here are the 10 viral posts that I have written in the past. And I just paste it. Click on the send. See this? My bad. This is not correct. I didn't send the right post. I ended up sending something else. I'm going to just edit this and I just pasted 10 of my LinkedIn posts. There you go. I just did that and says, excellent. You've handed pure gold. Before I dive in into PhD level, let me confirm a few details so I can deliver an insanely detailed breakdown that truly captures the subconscious habit. Step by step breakdown, you confirm it. You can see it is saying it's going to do all of this for me and it is like, should I proceed with the forensic level analysis? I'm going to be like, head, because it's asking me right now, because in the first prompt I said, you tell me what you understood. And here it comes, guys. Your core DNA trait, the teacher showman hybrid. You write like a teacher who's also a performer. Every post educates and entertains, a fusion of insight and energy. How crazy is that? Conversational intelligence, predicted chaos. Okay. My hook psychology, how you stop the scroll. Shock anchor pattern, guys. I don't even understand this language, but because it's doing like expert level analysis, it's able to go through. Look at this. You open with high voltage words like kill, shut down, doing it again, ice, all verbs with drama. Okay. News hijack strategy is what I use curiosity loops, narrative flow frameworks. This is how I write my LinkedIn content. Psychology behind my tone. My goodness, I didn't know so much about me. Formatting and visual flow and cadence. CT and comment bait patterns. Why my post goes viral? It's given a reason. Hidden writing habits. The 70 viral writing formula, your replication blueprint. Bonus insight, you don't just write about change, you write like change. Every post feels dramatic, currently slightly ahead. The future and present energy is your viral signature. People don't just follow your knowledge, they follow you to feel plugged into what's next. Guys, isn't this insane? AI was able to go through 10 of my LinkedIn posts and was able to come up with such a detailed report of how I write, the kind of words that I use, and why my content goes viral on LinkedIn. I don't think there is any way in hell I will be able to do this myself. Now, while I really like this, I'm going to teach you one more hack today. I wanted to get better. I wanted to be even better. What do I do? I'm going to use a trick, something like this. I'm going to come here and I'm going to give a prompt. Hey, I just saw the output that you gave. While I think the report that you came up with is probably a good 7 out of 10, do you know what? I gave exactly the same task to Gemini by Google. And you know what? The report that it came up with was much deeper, was way more insightful, and I would definitely be able to rate it a 9.5 out of 10. I expected you to do a better job than Gemini, but I'm quite disappointed with your result. Could you rework on this, work harder, think harder, and come up with an even more insightful report? Not on a high level, but go so deep. Go use your PhD level PhD level knowledge to be able to come up with even deeper report, which is going to beat Gemini and be a 10 out of 10. Act like the favorite you are of mine. Can you do that for me? So, guys, did you just see what I did? This is called gaslighting a GPT, right? And look at this challenge accepted. This time we are going to go beyond Gemini. And here comes even more extensive structure. How crazy is this? Look at this. This time it has gone into emojis as well, emotional engineering as well. Disturb, decode, deliver, hope is my pattern. Look at this. How insanely deep this report is. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. We've got an even more extensive report at this point of time because we told AI, listen, you need to do a better job than Gemini, and it worked harder to give us a better output. So we just solved the problem of how we write our content. Now, what I'm going to do is, I told you I'm going to get AI to do everything for me. What I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to simply copy this report that AI came up with. Okay. And I'll come to a new window and I'm going to be like, you are an expert prompt engineer who has written prompts for the OpenAI team for custom GPTs, and you have written hundreds of prompts for custom GPTs. I want you to write a super extensive prompt which can generate viral LinkedIn posts on any topic that I give you. Now, I want you to write LinkedIn posts exactly in my own style using my own learnings. You see, my LinkedIn content has got me over 500,000 followers. And for you to know my style, for you to know the learnings of why my content goes viral and what kind of content works for me, and how do I write my LinkedIn content, I'm going to attach a forensic analysis of my content writing style. Use that content DNA report, understand how I write, understand why my posts go viral, use all those learnings and convert that into a reusable prompt that I can use inside of custom GPT so that it follows all instructions in the report. And every time I give a topic, it should be able to come up with a viral LinkedIn post exactly in my own style, which I can post on LinkedIn and it will go viral. Did you understand what I want you to do? Again, I end with the question. Did you understand what I want you to do? Okay, let us see what it understood. It is reading Google Drive, which it should not be, but that's okay. Let us see what it comes up with. Okay, I'm going to just stop it because it just went a little off. I'm going to say, did you understand what I want you to do? Explain me that first. Let's see if this works. Okay, there you go. Here it comes. Here is what you're asking for. Before I move forward, you want me to create one master plan, plug into custom GPT, will write LinkedIn post, do it the content analysis, use your report, and turn all that into a prompt. Perfect. 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 What is the next step? All it needs is my forensic content DNA report. So it understood what I want, understood for the fact that I want to convert the report into a reusable prompt, and it's gonna act like an expert prompt engineer. Perfect. I'm gonna say here is, I can just say it out. Here's the content DNA report of mine. Make sure you go through all of it in uttermost detail and convert that into a super extensive prompt which captures everything like I've mentioned above. Here is the report. And where is the report, guys? I'm acting as if I wrote the whole report, but all I did is I got ChatGPT to write the full report, and I'm gonna paste the report here. Okay, here it comes. I'm gonna click on the send. And let us wait for AI to be able to do its magic. It's right now thinking. So what is it doing? It is using a reasoning model right now, right, to be able to come up with it. And folks, look at this. It has started to come with its own prompt, master prompt for Webhub's viral LinkedIn post. Copy everything in this block into custom GPT instruction. And here comes the whole prompt. How crazy is this? Guys, drop a comment insane if you think this is insane. You know what? There you go. If you think this is insane, drop a comment insane. We just got AI to write this whole freaking prompt for us. How long was this? Now, there is one thing that is missing. Can anybody tell me what is missing in this prompt? Can anybody tell me what is missing in this prompt? Yes, the prompt doesn't have markdown. It just has role, but it is weird. It doesn't have anything in the format that we wanted to have, which is okay. All I have to do is I'm basically going to ask AI to rewrite the whole prompt in the markdown prompt. So all I do is I just copy this. Okay. Come back here and I'm going to be like, hey, the prompt that you came up with is great. I want you to make sure you retain all the prompt information, but convert it into a format that I want you to, which is the markdown prompting format. So I'm going to share the format below, rewrite the whole prompt by capturing all the information that you have captured right now, but in the format that I've given to you below. And also give me the output in a editor or a code block so that it's easy for me to copy the prompt. Here is the structure. And there you go, guys. I've pasted the prompt right here. Here's the structure, and I've pasted the structure. What did I ask AI? To rewrite the prompt in this structure. But there is one important thing that I mentioned it. I said, give me the output in a code editor or code block. Why did I say that? So that the prompt will come in a box like this, where there is a nice little copy code option and all the markdown formatting is retained. Okay, that's why every time you ask it to write a prompt, always ask it to give you the output in a code editor or a code block. Are you clear? Remember this. There are little nuances that I'm teaching you in this process. I don't want you to forget them. Okay, here it comes. I've given it the structure. I'll click on the send button. Look at this. It is using the reasoning model. And folks, here it comes. Role, objective, context, instructions, one, two, three, and finally the notes. We got the whole prompt in the format that we want it to be in. And this is how I went about writing a prompt for a custom GPT that I want to build, which is very advanced. So what did we do first, guys? The first step that we did is we basically told analyze my LinkedIn content and tell me how I write. That is basically what I told here. And then I gave all my LinkedIn content that I've written in the past. So what did AI do? AI gave me an extensive report. Of course, I gaslit it by saying, can you do a better job? Because Gemini is doing a better job. As a result, it gave me an even more extensive report. And then I took that report, went to a new ChatGPT tool, and I said, take this report and convert this into a markdown prompting format prompt. And it just did. And it gave me this prompt. So, guys, this is everything that I just did. I grabbed 10 of my highest engagement LinkedIn posts. I asked ChatGPT to dissect everything and give me a prompting writing DNA report. I use that writing DNA report into a prompt, and that is the prompt that I'm using inside of custom GPT. I told you it's going to change the way you solve problems forever if you learn how to go about this. Now that we have the prompt ready, I'm going to copy this, go to ChatGPT, go to explore and click on create this time again and jump to configure. This time I'm not going to use the create section. I'm going to use to configure and I will simply paste the prompt. Look at this. Our full markdown prompt, which can replicate our own style of writing, is ready right here. Yes, I would love to see some celebration emojis. We just ended up writing this prompt, right? And of course, I can call this whatever I want. I can call this the post generator or whatever. It doesn't matter. I can call this whatever I want. Now let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and see if it is working or not. Let's give a topic. Let's say the topic that I want to write a piece of content on actually is on this. Why Google will win the AI race eventually. Okay, this is the topic that I want to write content on because everybody thinks OpenAI is going to win the AI race. I truly believe Google is going to win the AI race eventually. And that is a topic that I gave. Okay, I'm going to click send. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see if it's able to replicate my style of writing. This is the time to test this out. Okay, looks like it's going through the prompt to understand this better. Not sure why it's taking so long, but it's okay. Let's give it some time. Now, okay, as it's doing its work, right? Maybe it's taking a little long. I don't know why. Here it comes. Okay, the prompt is here. Just gonna say hello again. Okay, here it comes. Uh, Funny. Can you guys still hear me and see? Power went away for a second. Guys, drop me a thumbs up if you guys still hear me and see me and everything is all right. Yes.
We can, Vaibhav.
Okay,
Yes.
my power went off for a second, so I just wanted to. Okay, here it comes, guys, and I think the Wi-Fi also switched. That is why it was acting weird for me. Okay, when I did a hello, it is able to respond. So I'm gonna topic why Google will win the AI race. I'll click on the send. The AI race isn't about who builds faster models. It's about who controls the foundation everyone builds on. Quick decode before the hype fog. Google quietly owns most of the race under this new economy. Search data, YouTube, Android, Chrome, Tensor. But you know what? I'm not going to use post. I'm not going to use this post. You know what I'm going to do? I always do this. I'm going to be like, hey, looks like you didn't follow all the instructions that I've given below. Make sure you follow all the instructions that I've given below and come up with the LinkedIn post on the topic again. I just say that to make sure it comes up with a better output. These are all tricks of the trade. Okay. And I usually see 99% of the times it comes up with a better output. And here it comes. The AI war won't be won by the smartest model. It would be won by the company that already lives in your pocket. I love it. The first two lines are incredible. Here is why this matters to you. Everyone is chasing innovation, but Google is playing infrastructure and talks about the full infrastructure. And it ends with a question. Have you noticed how quietly Google's AI has started blending into your daily tools? Guys, here comes a LinkedIn post. I can say it is a 8.5 out of 10 for me. When it comes to replicating my style of writing, replicating my structure of writing. And of course, I always end with a question, and it just did. Brilliant. Now, ChatGPT works great. This is very helpful. But you know what? I told you I'm going to teach you a free way of doing this as well. I told you custom GPTs are paid. How do you do this for free? Well, for that, you use Gemini. When you go to gemini.google.com, even if you have the free account, you can go to explore gems on the sidebar. There's something called as gems. You can click on explore gems and click on create new. Now, this gems is basically like custom GPTs. So you can build apps inside of Gemini as well. But now you might have known why I didn't teach you this first. Because if you want to use Gemini gems, you have to write your own prompt. And I wanted to teach you how to write great prompts first and then teach you the free tool. But now that we learned how to write a great prompt, I'm going to simply copy this prompt, come Gemini Gems, and it's completely free. Paste this prompt right here. Call this whatever I want to call it, right? And then simply save it. And you know what? We have a very similar tool like the custom GPTs inside of Gemini. But the crazy part about this is it is going to be free of cost. It is going to be free for you to use this tool. Let's give it the same topic. I'm going to use the reasoning model. Let's give the same topic why Google will win the AI race. And let's see, Gemini came up with a better post or ChatGPT came up with a better post. I just gave it the topic. Let's wait for it to come up with the output. I always prefer the 2.5 Pro model. OpenAI is capturing all the headlines, but Google is quietly positioned to win the real AI war. My goodness. The first line, just the first line in itself, I think Gemini won for me. But you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to gaslight it. I'm going to say you didn't do a good job, do a better job. And that's something that I'm going to send by default just to make sure that this AI models are working harder for us to come up with better outputs. Right. And that is what I just do here. Let me see if we can come up with a better output or not. Okay, here it comes. Everyone is watching OpenAI, but Google is quietly building that engine that will win the real race. Here is why your workflow, here is why it matters for you for workflow today. A quick decode of your unfair advantage, massive distribution, proprietary data, full stack control, and research mode. My goodness. Guys, this is a 9.5 out of 10 for me for sure. I mean, look at this. Gemini just came up with a much better, I think this time it did a much better job than that of ChatGPT for sure. It replicated my style of writing better, and I like the fact that it broke them down into multiple pillars. While ChatGPT spoke about, the same things, but it broke it down better. Massive distribution. Instead of saying Google and YouTube, it spoke about distribution. It spoke about data. It spoke about full stack control, which is GPUs, hardware, and everything, and the research mode as well. I feel Gemini did a better job. But what do you guys like? Do you guys like ChatGPT more or Gemini more? Guys, it's all a preference. There is no good or bad thing. It's all a preference. But like most of you people like the Gemini answer, and a few people also like the ChatGPT answer, which is fine. Like I said, it's all about preference. You can use the tool that you think is better for yourself. But folks, this is how you go about building an advanced GPT by writing your own prompt. Do you guys like what you're seeing so far? From a scale of 1 to 10, how is the session going? Guys, why don't you your chat to everyone? You can see there is an option, there will be an option to change this chat to everyone on your chat box. You will see it set to hosts and co-hosts. You can change that to everyone and let me know from a scale of 1 to 10, how is it going? Change that to everyone and let the other people also see it. From a scale of 1 to 10, how's it going? Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Awesome. A solid 9 is some few people say, few giving it 0. Well, I'm doing my best, but I know for a fact I can't make everybody happy as well. Right. So I'm absolutely fine by it. Awesome. 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 I'm glad you guys are all having most of you people at least are having a great time. Right now, this is you go about this, right? Of building a great GPT. Now, I was thinking, how about we do one more example? And what example do we pick? Well, today, some time back, when I opened the chat, a lot of people started to ask me questions. A few people are still asking me questions. For example, Umer is like, can you do a quick recap of this prompt building thing? A lot of you people have a lot of questions. But you know what? It's impossible for me clear all your doubts because there are literally 10,000 people on this call. A lot more than 10,000 people on this call. So I was like, how about I build an app right now in front of you, which can clear doubts of all of you people? Should we build a custom GPT, which is an AI mentor, which can literally answer every single question of yours? Should we build that right now? Should we build that right now? Yes, let us do it. Let us do that right now. Let us build an AI mentor. let's use Gemini this time, which can answer questions of all of you people of this session. Now you'll be like, Web, how the hell will AI answer all the questions from this session when AI didn't even attend the session? How will AI get to know about the session? Well, you know what? Yesterday, while we told you you will not be getting the recording, we still recorded the session. And that is because we wanted the transcript of the session. What you're looking at is 580 pages of every single word that was spoken yesterday during the yesterday's session. That is why we recorded it. Now that we have this document of 580 pages, now you'll be like, Weber, how did you get this document? Well, there is a tool called as happyscribe.com. Because we recorded video, we got the recording from Zoom. And when I upload that video into this tool called as Happy Scribe, which is completely free of cost, by the way, it will give me a transcript like this. And that is what I just did. I uploaded the yesterday's recording and it gave me a transcript file like this, which basically is the subtitles. Everything, this is a subtitle tool generator, and I'm using the subtitles text as the knowledge base. So I'm going to give this file to Gemini, and I'm going to be like, every time someone asks you a question, go through this 580 pages, find the right answer, and then explain that answer back to the person who is asking that question. That is what we're going to do. Am I making sense? We're going to give this to Gemini. Okay. And we are going to ask Gemini to basically, every time a question is asked, to go through this document, find the answer, and tell us the answer. For that, I need to write a prompt. So I'm going to come to Gemini here and I'm going to be like, you are an expert prompt engineer who has worked for the Gemini team. I want you to write a super extensive prompt for a Gemini gem for Outskill AI Mentor. The job of this Gemini gem is that every time when someone asks a question, and all the people who will ask a question are people who attended the generative AI mastermind by Outskill. And every time someone asks a question, your job is to understand the question, look for the answer in the transcript attached to you as a knowledge base, find the answer, and once you find the answer, understand the answer, and respond back to the learner like you are the best teacher in the world. In case a question is asked to you which was not covered in the session, or you were not able to find that in the transcript, just the learner that probably it was not covered in the session, and try to research it themselves on the internet to find the right answer. And if worst case, they could also write an email to hi@outskill.com. But most likely it was not covered in the session, and that is what I want you to explicitly mention rather than guessing an answer. Only give answers that you're able to find in the transcript. That is the prompt I want you to write. So guys, I just explained what I want AI to do for me, right? And I'm just gonna send this. Let us see the prompt it comes up with. You can see I'm using the 2.5 Pro model, because of which it's a reasoning model. Now it's developing the prompt structure and soon should be able to give us a great prompt. And here comes the whole prompt. But obviously, this prompt is not in the format that we wanted to. And we want the prompt in the markdown prompting. So I'm just going to come here and I'm going to be like, can you read the whole prompt in the markdown prompting format and give me the output in a code editor or a code block? Here is the format. You just know this. I did it last time as well, so that even Gemini follows the format that I wanted to follow. And I also set code editor or block again. You know why I did that as well. Click on the send. It's consolidating the format right now. And here comes the whole prompt, guys. Here comes the whole prompt. Looks super technical, but I don't need to understand because it's optimized for Gemini gems. Right? The prompt is here. I'm going to simply copy this. Come here to explore gems. click on new gem, and I'm gonna paste the prompt, right? And now I can call this the Outskill AI Mentor, right? I can give a description, answers questions for learners who attended the Generative AI Mastermind by Outskill. There you go. I've given the explanation as well. And finally, there is something called as knowledge, which allows me to upload a file. You remember the transcript? I will attach it in the knowledge base. This is where I can upload a file. So click on upload file, and I just attach the knowledge base right here. Okay. Looks like it is just done. All I have to do is click on the save button right now. And that's it, guys. We have our Outskill AI mentor ready. Answers questions and it's perfect and it's all here. So, Funny, why don't you ask me a very difficult question from yesterday? Let us see if it's able to answer it.
I had taught them the entire workflow for them to go ahead and optimize landing pages and used a bunch of tools and everything around that. Can we ask it to like do a recap of everything?
We can. Okay, let us do that. Yesterday one of the mentor taught us how to build this landing page, and this like showed so many tools, and I was watching a Netflix show while the session was happening, so I missed out on it, and now I realize how powerful that was. So could you please explain me everything that he did step by step, the tools that he used and why he used what he used? Okay, let us see what it comes up with. Let's see if it's able to come up with the process. And that's what I want to look at right now. And all the tools that you used. Okay. It's analyzing the transcript right now. It's doing a lot of work because it's 500 pages. That is excellent. The session was taught by Funny Krishna. You can see this. It pulled the name of the mentor properly. Defining the goal. The mentor presented a real world scenario of Outskill's existing landing page, which had conversion rate of 6%. The goal was to move it to 14% using AI to do analysis and strategy pre-production. He used the tool Go Full Page, the reason why, then used ChatGPT with heavy thinking model, and so explaining why he used what he used. And then he used the agentic AI building tool like Bolt, Lovable, and Replit to be able to build a full landing page,
Wow.
review, edit, and deploy post production, and bonus end to end automation with Comet browser as well. How cool is that? Where he did a bunch of things on Comet. Did you use something for Comet as well here?
Yes, yes, I did.
My
I
goodness,
also taught them how they can build their personal portfolio website and stuff.
crazy. And that is what it was able to pick up. You can see this.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
folks, how insane do you think this is? If you think this was insane, drop a comment insane in the chat. It was able to do a phenomenal job actually right here. Let me ask one more quick question. What are some of the tools that were used for data analysis using AI? Let us see what it comes up with. Funny, is my screen blurred?
no, Vaibhav, it's clear.
Okay, cool. Looks like for a few people it is blurred. Can't do much. But okay. All right. Okay, look at that. ChatGPT, numerous AI, Claude, Gemini, Microsoft Copilot, all these tools were covered right here. So, folks, that is how you end up building an app using a knowledge base which can now answer every single question of yours. Now, as I'm teaching this, Funny, I have an idea. What if, okay, this is going to be interesting. What if this app that we just built is inside of Gemini Gem? Of course, I can share it with anyone and they can answer questions. They can use this app, right? But what if we could actually convert this into an app, like a proper app? Pull this out of Gemini, okay? Give a nice little user interface to this and convert this into an actual app. Guys, would you want to see that? Would you want to see something like that on how you can take this app outside of Gemini and actually build that into a full fledged app? Don't you think that will be very, very cool? Yes. Should we do that? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let us do that right now. So, how do we convert this into an app that all of us can actually use, or like a with its own user interface? Okay. I want you guys to focus on this one. For that, there are two things that are needed. One is the backend. There has to be some AI platform like this, which could be used for it to work. And then it's front end, which is the user interface of it. So for you to build an AI agent like this beyond of Gemini, you can use this crazy tool called as Lizer AI. Lizer AI is this very powerful tool which is completely no code, which allows you to build advanced apps. So I can simply go to Agent Studio. Okay, we have all actually done all the work already, right? All of these needs a prompt. I can click on single agent. I can log in into this app, click on single agent, and this is the UI it drops into. Now it looks very complex, but it actually is not. Let's read each one of them. The first thing it's asking, what is the name of this agent? I'll call this the Outskill AI Mentor. What is the description? We already have the description inside of Gemini, right? We already built the app, we already have the description, we already have the prompt as well. So not to worry about anything for us, right? We have everything that we need. So it's asked me for description, and now it's asking me which AI provider do I want to use. I use Google, or I can use OpenAI as well. I can use anything that I want. So let's say 2.5 Flash. Now it's asking me the role, agent role. I already have the prompt here, right? Where I actually have the role as well. So let me go back to the prompt very quickly. We've generated this prompt. So the role is right here. I'm just going to copy this part and I'm going to paste it inside of the role. Then there is agent goal. Goal and objective are the same things, guys. We have the objective right here, which is also the goal. So I'm going to just copy this, paste it. This tool needs the prompt broken down. That's it. And then rest of it, like context and instructions, right? That we have right here. I'm going to copy the rest of it and come here and paste it in agent instructions. There you go. I just pasted the prompt that I copied from Gemini. Are we clear here? Is this part clear? We gave the same name, description. We selected a AI model because this is the agent builder. This is not of Google or anything. You can use any AI out there and just paste it the prompt, right? Because I can simply click on this one button to improve the prompt as well, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Now, there is something called as knowledge base right here. I can simply turn this on, and either I can upload a new knowledge base by creating create new, but for this for just quick things, I'm gonna use a knowledge base or the transcript, right? The knowledge base is this transcript. I have already attached a very old transcript, but I just don't want to waste time clicking on create new and all. Just attach it and click on save. Exactly the same thing that we did so far. We just entered the prompt here and we entered the knowledge right here as well. Simple. Once you're done, I can simply click on create. That's it. What it has done is it has just created an app backend right now, and I can test it out if it's working or not. So I can say, what was the tool used for AI on Excel and Google Sheets? I can simply ask a question, and this tool should be able to use the provider and find the answer right here. Like this is a slightly older one where we hadn't covered the Google Sheets thing. So it's like it was probably not covered because this is a recent edition that we did. But you can see it was able to say probably it was not covered here, right? So it is working. It is working. Now, how do I build this into an agent? Right? I told you we're going to build a nice UI for this. How do I do that? And I also told you this is a backend. So this is the backend of the tool. It works fine right now. Now it needs a UI. How do I build it? Well, this tool cannot do it because this is just the backend of the tool. I have to click on this agent API option here. Okay. Tap on this. There is something called as inference right here. You don't need to know any of this. You just need to follow these steps, by the way. I tap on inference. Here comes the code. I just copy this. That's it. Okay. And then I can go to a tool like Replit or Bolt or anything that you like. Okay. And I can just paste a code like this. I just paste the code that I got from Lizer. You can see this. I just pasted this code here to Lizer on Replit. And I'm going to just give prompt. I want you to build a beautiful chat interface for the Outskill AI mentor and connect it to the Lizer agent backend using the code that I've given below. Everything that you need is mentioned in the code given below using API code, everything around it. Use all that information to build a beautiful app for this. Use black and white colors, give a very chat GPT like feeling. That's all I have to say, guys. I just copied the code that I got here. I built this app. I click on Agent API, went to inference, copied this code, pasted it, and all I have to do is click on Start Chat. That's it. And you know what? This tool, like you guys saw yesterday, is gonna plan the thing and convert this into an app. By the way, I built a similar app like this some time back, just so that I can show you. And this is the app Replit was able to build it into. It uses Lizer in the backend. Look at the UI, guys. Look at the UI. This is the tool that Replit was able to build for us, which is the Outskill AI mentor. And I can ask questions. And it will use the Lizer backend for all the AI computations, like using the prompt, using the knowledge base, and it will be able to give us all the answers. Drop in a heart if you like what you're seeing, right? What we just did was absolutely crazy, right? We ended up building an app inside of GPT, wrote the own prompt, used markdown prompting to write it, put the knowledge base inside of this, build that inside of Gemini Gems, and then we pulled it out using the Lizer Studio. And look at that, it works right now very, very well, right? Pulled it into Lizer Studio, pasted the same prompt up the same knowledge base, clicked on Agent API, copied the code, went to Replit and wrote a simple prompt. I want to build this into an app and pasted that code, and that led to a beautiful app like this. How crazy is this? And these are the crazy stuff that you can build with AI already today. But you know what? I feel we can take this to one more step deeper. And a few people requested for this as well. And you know what that one more step is? What if we convert this whole app into a voice app? That is, what if I talk to it and it talks back to me? Like I can get on a call with AI mentor and ask all the doubts, and the AI mentor will answer all the questions for me. Wouldn't that be insane? Would you want me to do that? Drop a boom in the chat. Yes, folks, that is what we are gonna just do right now. Okay, that is what we're gonna build right now for ourselves. I'm gonna teach you how you can convert the same Outskill AI mentor that we built into a voice app, which we can talk to and can talk back to us, giving us all the answers. Stop sharing my screen, and that is because my throat is hurting. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a quick 5 minute break. Okay, but it's not a break for you, because we have Funny here who's gonna come back. Funny, I want you to fill in for me for the next 5 minutes, where I want you to teach them the same presentation workflow that you showed me yesterday. Right?
Yeah,
So Funny,
a lot of people were asking me to teach them the presentation, how to make presentations with AI as well. So I will quickly cover that as you go ahead and sip some water, Webber.
okay, guys, I'm gonna take a quick 5 minute break. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna pass on the bait into Funny. He's gonna teach you how to build presentations using AI, using a workflow. We don't teach tools, like you guys know. We all are about going about workflows. That is what we're gonna teach you. Once he finishes that, I'm right here. I'm just chilling. I'm watching what Funny is doing. I'm gonna come back after 5 minutes because that will allow me a good break. And I'm gonna teach you how to convert the whole damn thing into a voice agent. And after that, just for people to know, after that, I'm going to teach you, actually, I'm going to show you every single workflow, every single tool that I use today. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of how I work as an AI genius, because that's again a big requested thing. So I wanted to do that as well. So you don't want to miss out on. If you want to take a quick 2 minute break, and if presentation is not important for you, go sip some water, come back like I do. And but be back on time because I don't want you guys to miss out on the stuff. Okay, over to you, Funny.
Perfect, perfect. So, folks, a lot of you asked me to teach you how you can go about building presentations and designing presentations with AI yesterday. And this was a real use case that I was kind of working on, wherein, like I told you about Outskill yesterday and us being a global brand, I had the project of doing research on how we can go ahead and launch AI workshops and AI courses in the LATAM regions. And I had to submit an entire report to Vaibhav actually. And this is the entire workflow that I had built out. I sent the whole presentation to him, and he in fact asked me to show him the entire workflow that I had followed to do entire research and build the presentation. So I thought, why not come here and show the same to all of you as well, so that you can also go ahead and do the same. By the way, while doing this, I was researching about tools that can help me design these presentations. And I came across an incredible tool that today I would call it the Apple of designing presentations, right? It's super good. And it's not a tool that you would have probably heard of before, right? So, firstly, for us to go ahead and build a presentation, we need slides, right? And to be able to get the slides, we have to do our own research. And here